everybody. Dr. Julia here at Peak Potential Family Chiropractic. We just got done with an awesome packed day here at the practice, and it was so fun, and I hope that you guys are all having a lovely evening. I just wanted to make a quick video and talk to you guys about how to help your child have the best school year yet this coming season, because let's face it, we are in back to school season, that's for sure. Today, the topic of conversation in the practice with many of the parents was back to school and how to help their child have the best year yet and really help them grow and learn and reach personal best that we all know that they are capable of achieving. And so back to school can sometimes be really exciting, and kids are excited to go back to school with their teachers and their friends and recess and reading and all those awesome things that they love to do. But sometimes it can be quite stressful as well. Not even talking about all the back to school shopping that happens, but also parents are a little bit stressed out, wondering, is this going to be the best year yet? Or I hear like this year has to be different. Last year was pretty challenging for my child, myself, my whole family. And I'm here to tell you that that does not have to be the case. And they say that, they just really had a hard time focusing and interacting with their peers and really learning the material like they know that they could be. And then also like having trouble winding down at night to go to sleep. And then we all know that when kids don't sleep, then they don't wake up feeling rested and energized. And then they just struggle throughout the day because they're tired and their brain is fatigued. And then because they're tired and their brain is fatigued, then they don't have an awesome day at school. They come home, they're frustrated, they don't want to do their homework, and then again, then the cycle continues. Then they have a hard time winding down again, and then they can't sleep, and then you can see how this just becomes a repetitive pattern, and this becomes the reality of your child's life. And again, I'm here to tell you that that does not have to be reality at all. Your child should be able to sleep, wake up, feeling great, feeling energized, and then go to school, listen, pay attention to the teacher, do their schoolwork as they should, interact with their peers on a positive note, interact with their teachers on a positive note, have so much fun, not just at recess, but also during math and during reading and music and all those awesome subjects. And then they should be able to come home, decompress a little bit, maybe play outside, especially in this beautiful fall Minnesota that we're just about to have, and then sit down, do their homework, really so their brain integrates what they're doing. Coming from my dad is a 6th grade teacher, and I promise you, little secret, teachers do not just give homework because they have nothing else better to do and they want your kid to be upset at home, but really it's to reinforce that learning that they did all day so they really can make the progress that they're searching for. So just a little inside tip there, but they should be able to do that. Yeah, it should not be a constant struggle between you and your child, and you should not have to necessarily like bribe them with anything, because we want kids to be intrinsically motivated, that they love to learn, and that's why they're there, and that's why they're going to do their homework, versus necessarily looking for an extrinsic reward. And if you'd like to talk about that a little bit further, that's a whole nother topic in itself, because that's really interesting. And how do we get kids to really love learning versus loving the reward that they get because they just did one math assignment? Because ultimately school is trying to facilitate lifelong learners and not necessarily just getting an assignment done. But aside from that, so that's what they should be able to do. They should be able to do their homework and enjoy it, and you should be able to interact with them and help them, and then they should be able to have a nice healthy dinner and then wind down a little bit more, keyword wind down, not ramp up with emotion and ramp up with not wanting to go to sleep, but they should be able to calm themselves down. They should be able to wind down, and then they should be able to go to sleep at a reasonable time so that their brain and their body and their nervous system can get that rest that they need for all the learning and all the connections that their brain is making that day to really lock in and to really be solid versus it being disorganized and chaotic. And then they should be able to wake up and then repeat, right? And a lot of times it's the exact opposite. They have trouble falling asleep. They then wake up a little bit crabby, not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to go to school, which is really sad. And then they get to school and they can't focus. They can't do their homework. They don't have nice interactions with their peers. They don't necessarily like being there. They don't even like going to recess. And that's a shame. And that's too bad. And I kind of want to take a little bit of time to explain to you why that's happening. And the reason why that is happening is because their brain is making connections all the time. They are learning all the time. Your brain is not fully developed until your mid-20s, actually. So even when you're not learning, when they're not, in school, they're learning all the time. That's just what their brain is doing, which is amazing, right? But the thing is that we want them to be learning and making connections in their brain and from their brain to their body in a smooth, organized, calm way. And what's happening is that with kids that are struggling to focus in school is that the connections between their brain and from their brain and their body is staticky. Like literally think of it like static. When you're looking for that radio station and you're off by 2 degrees, what does it sound like? Static. Exactly. It is not clear. It is not calm. It is not connected. It's staticky. Like you can still hear the song, but it's not the way that it's supposed to be, right? So your child's brain is still making connections, but it's not the way that it's supposed to be. And here's the thing. When you have a staticky radio in the background and you're trying to do something, you're trying to really focus on something, how well do you focus? Not very well, right? You're like constantly, what is that annoying sound? It's just so irritating. Well, same thing that's going on in your child's brain, except they don't get to just walk over to that radio station and turn it off. It's inside their brain all the time. And no, it is not like an actual it's not an actual sound, but the fact is that the neural patterns that are happening in their brain are like zigzaggy and not like straight and smooth and calm and connected. Hopefully that makes sense. We will dive way deep into that in the upcoming videos because that is exactly what I, as a pediatric chiropractor, that's exactly what I do, is I help the neural connections in your child's brain go from this all staticky and chaotic and disorganized to a calm, clear, connected pattern, so then your child can actually focus and go to sleep and have nice social interactions with you. Because here's the thing, your child wants to do that. Like, you know that. You see your child and you're like, I know you're trying so hard. I don't understand why it is such a difficult task for you to be able to sit down and do your homework, or why it's such a difficult task for you to have amazing friends at school, because you know that that's what they want to do. And that is the saddest part, is that they are trying their hardest, but something in their brain, something in their nervous system is not letting them do that. And so that's what I do as a pediatric chiropractor, is I smooth out those channels, is I make their nervous system function the way that they should be, so they can be the amazing, intelligent human beings that you know that they are capable of doing and being. So here's what we're doing here at the practice to really foster that and to help kids have the best year yet, because you want your kids to have the best year yet, and guess what? So do we, because we know that they can, and you know that they can too, but we just need to work together to make sure that that actually happens for your child. So what we're doing here at the practice is, from starting now until the end of September, we are doing our back to school special, which is every person that comes in for their initial consultation and exam, they will receive a $50 Amazon gift card. So, I mean, last minute school supplies, really anything, because you can buy anything on Amazon, right? Maybe a fun reward for like a few months of really awesome behavior, or maybe something for yourself. Either way, it's your $50 that you can spend however you want, and that is with an initial consultation and exam to figure out what is actually causing your child to not be able to focus and have falling asleep and all of that. So we really want to figure out what's actually causing that. What is behind that, instead of trying to just mask up those symptoms. And we do that with a very in-depth conversation with the parents to really find out your child's health history, and then also with our neurological exam to find out exactly how those brain wires are being connected. And we can literally see if they're fuzzy in their body or if they're smooth in their body. So that is a great insight for a parent to know exactly what's causing your child to not be able to focus, because again, they're trying their hardest. You know that they want to succeed. You know that they want to do amazing things, but something is blocking that. And that's where we come in, is we remove that blockage, so then your child can be amazing people that you know and really live at their peak potential. So again, anybody who comes in from today to the end of September for an initial consultation and exam will receive a $50 Amazon gift card. So that's really awesome. And again, do not hesitate to reach out with any questions, or if you want to talk further about how exactly I smooth out those neural networks and how, you know, your child's unique story. So I hope you guys all have a great evening, and we will talk soon.